wa ta'ala, who has given us the opportunity so we can gather here in a very valuable event this afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce, before we start, the President of ADRI Indonesia, Prof. Banerjee. I would like to introduce all the members here. The President ADRI of Indonesia, Dr. Fatoni Rodli. Kameranya disorot, ya. Yeah, okay, maybe wait, okay, hold a second. Yeah, we have here, we have President ADRI of Indonesia, Dr. Fatoni Rodli. Professor Dr. Fatoni Rodli. Prof. Banerjee. Waalaikumsalam. And on the left side of Dr. Fatoni Rodli, we have head of ADRI Central Java. He's also director of Universitas Pancasakti Tegal, Dr. Taufikulo. Dr. Taufikulo, say hello. Okay, and on the left side of Dr. Taufikulo, we have Professor Andi Mursidi from STKIP Singkawang. He is also director of STKIP Singkawang. He is in charge, or he is the head of West Borneo, ADRI West Borneo. Say hello.
Hello. Hello. Namaste.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And before we start, we would like Dr. Sanchita to introduce the members of the India delegations. Please do.
Yes, good afternoon from India.
Good afternoon.
Let me introduce our Chairman and Director, Sir, Professor Dr. R.P. Banerjee.
Namaskar, namaste to everybody. Good afternoon.
In my right hand side, Dr. Jayanto Saha. He is the head Global Outreach and Admission.
Hello, good afternoon to all, and thank you very much for joining us here for the MoU. Thank you.
In my left, Ms. Priyamnita Bose, Corporate Manager, EIILM.
Good afternoon to all.
Professor Supriyo Paul, he is the Administrative Officer of EIILM Kolkata.
Good afternoon to all, sir and ma'am.
Professor Tamal Jyoti Chakraborty, GM, Finance and Administration.
Namaste, good afternoon to all.
Mr. Shanti Gopal Hajra, Manager Corporate.
Very good afternoon to all of you. Thank you very much.
Yes, so
thank you, Dr. Sanchita. Thank you so much, Dr. Sanchita, for the introductions. Dr. Sanchita, kindly send me the complete or the full name of your delegations in my WhatsApp so I can read one by one, because the difficult name of I'm a bit quite difficult for me to pronounce the words. That is why kindly send us the delegation's name. Thank you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's go to the main agenda. It is an honor for me to start this agenda by saying Basmalah, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor for me as the moderator to invite Dr. Fatoni Rodli as the President of ADRI of Indonesia to deliver a welcoming remarks. Professor Dr. Fatoni Rodli, please do.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, Professor from Calcutta, India, Calcutta University, and the participant of the MoU in this meeting. I'm very, very happy meet again with the community of India, because I am the fans of the India Stars. And I remember a lot of music, a song from India, like Huchi Huchi Hotahe. I memorize it, yeah. And then the others, I have international conference in 2022 international conference in Chitkara University, in Chitkara University, India, and I have been there. And then the others, we will collaboration with from Jundal University, etc., etc. And by the geographical, the Calcutta is more near than the others, from Indonesia. So I think if we have directly flying from Surabaya or Jakarta there, I think we will often about it. And then I have a collaboration with the attached education India in Indonesia, and I have been discussed about the program. But the program of the training, short course, etc., between Indonesia and India, with the ambassador India in Jakarta. So it is important for us to follow up the program, and as you know, yeah, I'm sorry about the technical error. We have a lot of collaboration with the other country. For example, with the Taiwan, Thailand, South Korea, England, and Turkey, Russia, and India, Philippines, Malaysia, etc., etc. And I do hope we have like Ambassador ADRI in India. Maybe this in Calcutta we will join. Especially, we have a program especially for the multi-campus, and we have our ministry have a decision, have a policy that every universities, every student in universities, they have a right for the external course, in Indonesia or in abroad. It is important. Although ADRI, especially Pak Taufik, a lot of around 10 years, we have activity collaboration international. The last time, it is no recognition by our ministry. It is not recognition by rector. And now, it is important for us, it is important for us, every student which collaboration activity in abroad, look like student exchange, look like visiting professor, and like collaboration research and publish in journal, etc. In last time, it is no recognition. But now, with our new ministry, it is available recognition by rector. So in one semester, it is a converse with 20 SKS, 20 points. And a middle out of half semester, it is recognized by 10 point SKS credit. Yeah. So it is very, very important for us to more collaboration to the others. And then we will, by design, not only MOU, but directly to execution about our program. As you know, we have eight activity in Indonesia called Campus Merdeka. In English, it's Independent Merdeka, Independent Campus. We have prepared for the student have 8 activities. The first is independent studies. Second is independent developing the village. And then 3 is the internship. And then the student exchange. And then to develop learning society. And then to the how to the our country to the defense country. And then how to the tourism, improving tourism area. And then it is available the budget from our country. So if we have a collaboration, especially international conference, etc., especially in visiting professor online like us, I have been visiting professor with Madinah, with Malaysia. We have a team teaching. Look like one subject matter, it is with a teaching team. The first from the India, for example, and then the second in our university by online. So the other time we need to broad to looking for in the same or in the university which in visiting professor is we as our teacher, and it is important for us because it is available indicator for the international accreditation. So if we have internationalization with a visiting professor, with student exchange in journal by Scopus Index, and in here available Pak Joe, Dr. Joe is he has a house of Scopus, how to help the others, our friend, our colleague, which difficult about the submit in a type of journal which indexes by Scopus. He has trained, he has improving the competence for that. And the others, we have a lot of facilities, especially for with Zoom, etc., etc. So I think we can plan about the routine activities. For example, in Saturday, yeah, in study night, maybe in the first month, we can routine collaboration meeting discuss, yeah, with Zoom. And I have 20 channel, and one channel around 1,000 participants. So we can join, although we are only in around 15 university, we can extend until maybe 1,000 university around Indonesia. As you know, Indonesia have a 4,600 university. It is very, very big. So in Indonesia lecturer, we have 308,000 lecturer. And now they have to prepare, they have to job. And we have an indicator of docent, is indicator of lecturer. They have to do about not only teaching, but all of the activity in academic. It is a global, a visiting professor, and then the student exchange. Yeah, they have to and then how to collaboration with the industrial and business, collaboration with the others. It is not only the university, but also the lecturer. And then the lecturer in civil community service, especially in community service, they need partnership about that. So we have very, very happy with the Calcutta University. We can join all of the not only teaching, but also research, and then the other activity with online and also with offline. Even if offline, maybe it is effective after the Idul Fitri, yeah, maybe in May or June we can effective by online, maybe by offline, but by online, I think we can directly action in next month, maybe, yeah, in next month, and we can, like in my activity, in Ramadan, we have a study of Ramadan. It is fasting month. We have a routine activity from 3 p.m. until 6 p.m. to discuss, to learning about the Islamic value. Yeah, it is because after fasting, after starting, it's called Isbuka. And based on that activity, in last activity, maybe we can join with your campus, with your student, your lecturer, although your staff, we will merge. Yeah, look like the double degree, look like the maybe one semester, half semester from Calcutta, half semester from Indonesia, like that, and we can recognize it. And in Indonesia, it is not only ijazah or not only certificate, but our ministry make a policy. We have prepared the certificate beside the certificate from university, and it's called SKP, Surat Keterangan Pendamping Ijazah. There is the certificates out of the certificate from the university. It is important for us. And then the others is, we are not only from a lecturer, from lecturer, academician, but we have to prepare about the practitioner. So we want to collaboration with the practitioner from India, and I know a lot of Indians in a digitalized. It is very, very powerful. I know that. So my theme in this collaboration, it is called, we will develop 1 million new entrepreneur based on digital with Indonesian independent campus. It is important for us, and then we will expose the other time maybe how technically in community service, in internship, and then in a visiting professor. I think it is my preface about my introduction about our MoU, and I do hope in soon as possible we will actually action with the MOA, and we directly make a schedule about the action plan, etc., etc. And I have 26 journal, international journal, but we have less about the security system. So we have been published twice, yeah, the 26 journal, but our security system is a problem. So a lot of hacker and A lot of hacker make me angry sometimes because the 26 journal with multidiscipline, it is now it's a cancel about that. So I do hope we can join for the publishing international journal ADRI. There is available of health, every unit, every program, every subject matter. And then the last is now we want to improving not only Indonesia, I think the other country maybe too. We have a problem about the DO, dropout. Because of the economy, we have a problem about the economy. A lot of students drop out with because of the fee or because of they have to pay the SPP atau student budget. There is a problem that, and we want to make a program, specialist program in Indonesia called is pembetahan. Apa bahasa Inggrisnya pembetahan ini ya? Pembetahan. It is they continue to study in our campus, not drop out. So it is important for us, and I think one motivation it is come from the collaboration with the other country. So maybe we can by diplomatic culture. And then involving the government, my government and your government, because India and Indonesia it is close friend from Sukarno with your first president. Yeah, it is important us, and then we will continue about it. And then the last is I want to go to India, and I want to sing about India sing, Look like this. Sawan kamahina kawane kare sore gumarara jimerese reseban manajemur. Yeah, that's one. Yeah. And then the new one, there is a huchi kotahe, Tumpas aye yun muskuraye yumnina jane kya sapane kukahe. There is a lot of again with India song, Okay, ladies and gentlemen, there is the first step I will introduce for that and a lot of star I like Jatendra. Like the Helen, like now, Sarukan, Amitabh Bachchan. I memorize it all, because I'm favorite India song and India film too. Okay, thank you, Bu Yoga. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Give applause for a very nice song from India. Thank you so much. I do myself cannot sing in Indian song, but I love Indonesian movie. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce before the head of Central Java, ADRI Central Java, delivering a speech. I would like to introduce camera. I would like to introduce all the rectors who are attending the meeting today, starting from Ibu Sugiati. Di introduce sendiri Ibu in English, of course. Kamera. Stand up, Ibu berdiri di sini, Bu, biar kameranya tahu. Oke. Ya, jangan Ibu kan. Monggo Ibu, saya temani. Silakan Ibu. Oh, harus dong Bu. Dikenalkan, kan semuanya sama posisinya. Enggak, monggo Ibu langsung. Kamera, please, monggo. Oke, ini apa ngomong introduce dari rektor mana?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you very much for this occasion. Let me introduce myself. My name Professor Dr. Sujiati MPD. I'm the lecturer from 11 Maret University of Surakarta. And then in the ADRI organization, I'm as the pembina consultant. Advisor. Yeah, advisor in ADRI Central of Java. Thank you very much.
Terima kasih Ibu, give applause, thank you. And then next, Ibu monggo. Harus dong Bu, ya kan biar kenal. Monggo Ibu.
Okay, my name Ratna Wijayanti Daniar Paramita, Rektor Institut Teknologi dan Bisnis Widyagama Lumajang. Okay, thank you.
Thank you Ibu Ratna. Next please Mutia.
Thank you. My name is Sutyaningsih. I am from STIE Atma Bhakti from Central Java. Thank you.
The new director ya, the new rector of STIE Atma Bhakti. Next Ibu, monggo. Silakan.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name Andriani Kusumaningrum from STIMIK Sinar Nusantara, Surakarta. Thank you.
Thank you Ibu Ningrum from STIMIK Nusantara, Sinar Nusantara. Thank you for being here. Monggo Ibu.
Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Kumarate Sandra Dewi from STIMIK Nusantara Surakarta, Central Java, Solo. Thank you. Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you Ibu Kumarati. And next please. Nama perguruan tingginya STIMIK Nusantara. Sinar Nusantara nggih Ibu Kumarati nggih. Oke. Monggo Pak.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much for this time. I am from, my name is Jumintono. I am from University Tunusan on Malaysia, senior lecturer in Malaysia. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you so much. So I have to learn a lot from you. Monggo Pak Nur Hidayat. Silakan.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Yang saya hormati Pak Fatoni, Pak Adri, dan Bapak-Bapak Ibu yang lain. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I would firstly introduce myself. My name is Nur Hidayat. I'm the Director of International Office of UPKRIS, Universitas PGRI Semarang. So I'm a new member in this association. So I'm very happy to be part of the big family of ADRI. We hope that I could learn much from this association. Thank you.
Thank you Pak Nur Hidayat from UPKRIS Universitas PGRI Semarang. Monggo Pak Budi.
Stuhatu C. Kamera. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Yeah, let me introduce. My name is Dr. Budiono. I am the owner of Institut Teknologi Bisnis AS Indonesia. I am also the Vice President of ADRI in Central Java, the assistant of Mr. Taufik. Thank you for the time that we can hold the meeting or international seminar by today. I hope that by sending the memorandum of understanding, we can implementing the program such as visiting lecture, also a possible maybe double degree or sit in class or transfer credit. Usually that we have done in ADRI Central Java in several countries like that. But I hope for the journal, we still not, I mean, the journal is not quite well, because why? I have the international journal like Ijabar almost indecon scopus, almost, not yet. If we can collaborate, we can send each other's paper, and we can invite maybe some of the lecture from India. It can be become the chief of the editor or become the reviewer. I think it can upgrade our journal. As I know that a lot of university in India, they have very good journal, either index by Scopus or either index by WUS. Okay, soonest, Pak Topik, we hope that we can implement that program together with our student. We can implement that program and holiday in India. Thank you so much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Next, please. Monggo Bapak. Ibu. Thanks for the chance, Ibu. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon for all the lectures, Indonesian lectures, and good afternoon to Eastern Institute lectures. I'm as the staff of Internationalization Office Nahdlatul Ulama Sunan Giri University. We attend here with my rector, Bapak Muhammad Jauharul Ma'arif, MPDI. So in our university, there are so many faculties, including education, literature, and science and technology. Regarding to this MoU from our university and Eastern Institute, hopefully we can gather and cooperate on science and technology faculty. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, welcome to ADRI Indonesia, ADRI Central Java, and ADRI West Borneo. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to, but we have also online, yes, online. Pak Sams, oh Pak Sams, sorry. UNU Sunan Giri Bojonegoro, Pak Rektor UNU Sunan Giri Bojonegoro, would you please introduce? Oh, sudah. Pak Akademi Manajemen Administrasi. Halo, Pak, would you please open your microphone and say hello? Thank you. Pak, monggo Pak Wahyudi, monggo Pak Wahyudi, perkenalkan Pak. Pak Wahyudi bisa mengenalkan.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much for the time given to me. Firstly, I would like to introduce myself. My name Wahyudi. I'm from Academy of Administration Management, Yogyakarta. I'm in charge in academic, precisely in 5 director of academic. On behalf of our director, would like to say thank you very much for Calcutta University, or to Mr. Rama, the professor, and also to ADRI, our president, Pak Fatoni, Pak Taufik, and especially for Dr. Yoga, who has given me time to introduce myself. I think I would like to be happy to have cooperation with, what's the name of the university? I forgot, sorry. Eastern Institute for Integrated Learning in Management. I think this institute is in line with our academy because we are in charge in management. We'd like to be a good friends, good cooperation, and we hope that we can do our best to do the good operation and to implement the programs that we have already signed. And I hope that in the future we can also to visit each other. We can visit India, or India can come to Yogyakarta. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much, Pak Wahyudi. Nice meeting you here. It's an honor for us. Ladies and gentlemen, we have one more, Ibu Professor Ois from IKIP Siliwangi. Please do. Microphone, Ibu. Can you, your microphone, thank you. I think your microphone has not worked yet. You have to unmute. Good.
Okay. Thank you. I am Professor Dr. Ais Eti Rahayati from IKIP Siliwangi. I am a rector. Thank you for ADRI and UMAHA organizing this activity, and I would like to say thank you from the University of India, yeah, and I appreciate it for this activity, and maybe God bless us forever. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Professor.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Professor Ois. Ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor for me. Let's go to the next agenda. It is an honor for me to invite the head of ADRI Central Java. He's also director of Universitas Pancasakti Tegal, Dr. Taufikul. Please do.
Oke, bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, selamat siang, namaste. Yeah, it is an honor for me to speak in this outstanding occasion. First of all, let me deliver my great thanks and appreciation to Professor Dr. Banerjee, and the chairman and the director, Eastern Institute for Integrated Learning in Management, Kolkata, India. And please accept also my deepest thanks and also appreciation to the team, Dr. Sanchita Saha, affiliated course and coordinator, Global Outreach, Ms. Priyanita Bose, the manager, corporate relation and member, Global Outreach, Mr. Tamal Jyoti Chakraborty, GM Finance and Administrations, Professor Supriya Paul, Assistant Professor and Administrative Officer, and Mr. Santi Gopal Hajra, AGM, Strategy, Execution and Administration, EIILM, Kolkata, India. It is an honor for me, in particular, to be with you even in a virtual way. And also, let me deliver my great thanks, appreciations to the presidents of Indonesian Expert and Lecturers Association, Dr. Fatoni Rodli, and also directors or the chairmen of Indonesian universities, Indonesian colleges, Indonesian institute joining these MoU and workshop that whom I cannot mention one by one. And also my best friend, Dr. Andi Mursidi. I mean, the owner of the campus in the middle of forest in West Kalimantan. Yeah. He's also the education consultant. Let me just give you a short remark about this program today. And also, I would like to give my special thanks and appreciation, I forget, to one of the speakers who will share the ideas and insights about student mobility in the workshop following the MoU we signed. Thank you, Ibu Ida Puspita, MRS, the head of International Partnership Divisions, Ahmad Dahlan Global Engagement Office, Universitas Ahmad Dahlan, Yogyakarta. So soon, Prof. Banerjee and the team, after we send the MoU, we will have a workshop that you are one of the speakers and also accompanied by one of our fellow speakers here, Miss Ida. Is in charge of the student mobility organized by our Ministry of Education and Culture. So she's one of the experts employed by the Ministry of Education and Culture in charge of assessing student mobility program and the like. So she will also share, I mean, many things about student mobility and the similar programs, yeah, with us after the MoU. And then the area of MoU embrace 4 aspects. Yeah, the first is the teaching and learning process. So we may do a lot of program concerning with the teaching and learning process, and also about the research and publication, of course, as the lecturers. So we are compulsory to produce research, to produce article or any other scientific writing for publications, and also community service. And then one is about Campus Merdeka. Since, independent campus, independent learning, this is the new curriculum launched by our Ministry of Education and Culture. So here, the student in Indonesia, all students, so they could study in their study program, in their department, yeah, in certain limited time, yeah. So say in 5 semesters, in 4 semesters, and they have 2 semesters to go outside, to do many kind of project, yeah, like doing something like internship, or doing something like a student exchange, yeah, community service, and many other programs. So the student, when they want to accomplish their study, they not only stay at the university, but they stay outside. That is the new policy of our government that we are now about to phase in. I hope that by the MOU signing ceremony today is only just the beginning. I still remember last time we discussed in virtual that soon after we sign the MOU, we will have a program. We will, Mr. President, we will have an international conference with the EIILM, Kolkata, India, that we are planning to be held in Kolkata, India. So maybe we can discuss about that later, yeah, in details, yeah. But if I'm not mistaken, the conference will be held around September. Mrs. Yoga, yeah, Miss Yoga, yeah. Around September, yeah, Dr. Sanchita. I mean, we discussed initially about our upcoming event to implement the MOU we signed. So today we signed the MOU directly. We have a workshop. So the MOU is not sleeping. So the workshop that will be done in a few minutes is one of the implementation of the MOU we signed. Professor Banerjee. Yeah, that's why, I mean, we not only organize or hold the MOU, but after the MOU, we invite you and also Ibu Ida to be the speakers of the workshop. And the participant here get the certificate. This is one of the programs of implementing the MOU we signed. And then our big event in this year, as we discussed previously with your team, we will have a joint international conference that will be organized by your institute in Kolkata, India. So maybe we will have some frequent virtual meeting, yeah, with you, with Dr. Sanchita and team, yeah, to realize this program. Because I see that many lecturers here from many universities are very enthusiastic to join our World or International Conference. I can send maybe 100 of participants to your institutes. September, I hope that the pandemic will be gone soon, so we can organize this program as well. That's all, Prof. Banerjee. Thank you very much. Again, thanks very much for your time, for your opportunity to be here. And then after this, you may share a lot, you may talk about anything about your institute. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you so much, Dr. Taufik Hula. Ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor for me to invite Professor Banerjee as the chairman and director of EIILM Kolkata, India. Professor Banerjee, please do. Thank you.
Thank you. At the outset, before I speak a few words, I'm going to, stand up for a couple of minutes. We are going to play our national song before I speak a few words.
हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तब जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Thank you. I convey my gratitude to ADRI as an organization, my personal and on behalf of my organization, respect and thanks to all of you, particularly Dr. Fatini, Dr. Tawfillah, and Dr. Yoga, and your all colleagues who are present here, and respected representatives who are present in today's conference here. We are very happy to join in this conference as a part of it, and we are very serious about it as Dr. Fatani has created a entire grounding of the foundation of the philosophy of exchange between us, and also Dr. Tawfillah has mentioned the details, and he has actually mentioned that we are not only signing but we are actually doing. Yes, in fact, it is true. We are very much favorable to that. The areas that we are going to, work together right from this moment are, joint international conferences, student exchange programs, faculty professor exchange programs, and, joint journal publications, creating journals. In fact, we have a very strong international journal network in Europe, in collaboration with Europe, in some part of Europe. So we can have that, we can have dissemination of knowledge, and we can get into new areas of research apart from the areas of research that either side, from our side and from your side, we are doing. We can get into a new area of research. Apart from this, the teaching and learning materials, the library, the technology, and particularly the digital science, digital technology, digital marketing, digital form of management, and digitalization of work and life, digital e-governance, e-society. These are the areas we can work together. We have already agreed for that. I'll tell you what Dr. Tawfiqullah has mentioned and Professor Dr. Fatani has also highlighted on. There are certain areas of, for direct interest to the students apart from learning in both the places. For example, students from here, they can go there for, a hands-on experience of learning in a different culture, in a different context. Students from Indonesia, they are most welcome and we shall welcome them here. And when they plan to come, we shall offer them apart from the academic knowledge, apart from the professional knowledge, we have our team, Sanchita, Priyanita, and Dr. Jayanto Saha, Professor Supriyopal, Professor Tamal Jyoti, and Mr. Shantigopal Hasda. These entire team will work from then, apart from me personally, for facilitating their learning progress, not only in the academic context, but also in the industry context through internship and learning prospects in the internship. That is the hands-on learning in the companies, and we have got a large number of multinational companies here, and they are all connected with us. Most of them are our facilitators in our process. They're helping our students, so we can have this this facility shared with our children from Indonesia. As you all know, India and Indonesia have got a lot of cultural connections, a lot of connections in the heritage, and a lot of interest for both the countries from either side. Indonesia is a very strong destination for Indians for the tourism, and Indians do like Indonesia very much. It's like getting back to our own people and also seeing our own people back to our place. So we like each other, we have got a bonding for each other, and I am sure we are going to create a further and enhanced bonding for our future generation for the next days or future days to come. I am very much interested to see that the young people get the facilities of life. They are placed in a better life than what we have enjoyed or what we could enjoy in the world today. You all know that the world has been passing through a very strong dilemma, and it has already experienced a traumatic period of almost 2 years of this pandemic, the corona, and now a different kind of problem has actually hit the world from one part of the world and actually affecting the financial system, the capital markets throughout the world. India is not that much affected, but again, no country is going to be insulated from there if it continues, if it escalates further. Keeping that in mind, what Dr. Tawfiqullah has suggested about September, international conference in Kolkata, I welcome you for that, and we are in a position to accommodate any number of people that you wish to send here or you want to send here. We will be there to host the international conference jointly with ADRI Indonesia and Dr. Fatani. I'll be very, very happy to see your singing, to hear your singing of those few lines from that conference podium in Kolkata. So I'll be waiting for that time. I'll be waiting for that period, and I'm sure this is going to create a huge intrinsic bonding between us. And with these few words, I'm now going to, we have got the memorandum signed by us, sent to you, and signed by you, sent to us. I'm going to sign one in the top, which is there, and I'm going to show that to you. Also would expect, Dr. Fatani, from your end, you sign one and show it so that, we do it currently at the same time. With these few words, I thank you very much for this, conference, arranging this, and, wonderful exchange of thoughts and ideas between you and us and you. Thank you very much. And I take this opportunity to thank Dr. Yoga. She is coordinating so nicely, so well. And also I convey my, sincere thanks to my colleague Sanchita and her team here, Dr. Jayanto Saha, Ms. Priyanita Bose, Professor Supriyo Paul, Professor Tamanjyoti Chakraborty, and Mr. Shanti Gopal Hazra. Thank you very much once again. I offer my namaskar to you all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Professor Banerjee. Give applause for Professor Banerjee from EIILM India. Well, ladies and gentlemen, before we go to the talk of Ibu Ida, the reviewer of credit transfer program from, we would like to show you the MOU. Oh yeah, okay. Professor Banaji, do you have any video profile of EIILM? Do you have a video profile of your university? Dr. Sanchez,
yes, we have. You have, but that's a bit lengthy. So shall we send it later on a small video profile?
Okay.
We have to do a little bit
website?
of editing.
Do you have any YouTube? Do you have any YouTube?
Yes, we have.
Yeah, can I have it? Okay, could you share so we know a little bit about your university?
Do you use?
Can I have the link, please? Can I have the link and let us share? Can I have the link? Dr. Sanchita, kindly share me the link.
Yes,
Thank you so much. We are waiting. While we are waiting for the video profile, I would like to show you the MOU and the list of participants of the MOU signing today. Pak Samsi, would you please? Dr. Sanchita, have you sent the link?
Yeah, we are running a small glimpses of EIILM Kolkata. So we are running it from here.
Oh, okay. So are you going to running it now?
And for all your.
Okay, yeah. Please do. Yes, please.
And in India, these two social sites are very popular. One is Instagram and one is Facebook. So if any of your users are using Facebook and Instagram, they can watch us there with all our videos and photos and with all the details. Facebook and Instagram, as well as LinkedIn.
I beg your pardon, it's not really clear. Could you give us the point?
Yeah, like as you said, YouTube, right?
Your voice is not really clear. I don't know what happens. Okay, so we just need the short video profile of your university, if there is any. You can run or you can play the video from your side, or if you want us to.
Dr. Yoga, we are running in a while. Just in a minute, we are running from here a short video clipping.
Okay, please do.
Okay. Yeah. Give us a minute.
Can you hear me now? Is that
yes? You can.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
So I'm saying that, as you said, YouTube, right? Like YouTube in India, we have Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn.
Yeah. Please share the link also from there.
Yeah. So
please do. Yeah.
So we are going to share it with you so that any of the rectors, president can watch it later time with our link. By the time we are showing you our small video clip.
Okay, we are waiting. Kenapa?
Or we can if it is taking time, then we can proceed with the program, and then at the end we can run it.
Oh, so you need time?
Yes, because we are just trying to compress it. We are just trying to compress it.
Tell me when you are ready, okay?
Okay.
Tell me. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, while we are waiting for the video profile or the link that they will provide for us, I would like to show you the participants list. I sent to you, Pak Samsi. Saya sudah kirim ke Pak Samsi semua MOU dan participants hari ini. Bisa di share screen. Thank you. The list first, the universities, yeah, yang pakai documents file up, yep, that one. So I can read. Okay, biar tahu jumlahnya, Pak. Okay, MOU-nya boleh langsung, Pak, yang sudah ditandatangani. Tadi PDF-nya, iya tadi yang saya kirim ke Pak Samsi semuanya, iya itu. Ya, first, aku Kurs maju. Coba aku baca. Ya. Dibuka, Pak. Ini yang sudah tanda tangani, contohnya dibuka. Oke. Siap. Yeah, this one is UMAHA, right? What happens? Ulangi lagi. Bukan. Between Eastern Institute of Integrated Learning in Management Kolkata, India dengan Mambaul Ulum Islamic Institute Indonesia. Scroll ke bawah, Pak. Sudah ditandatangani belum? Udah. Mati. Scroll ke bawah, Pak. Terus Pak sampai tanda tangan. Nah, oke, dan sudah ditandatangani kedua belah pihak, Bapak Ibu ya. Nanti bisa diambil, maksudnya di sending ke Bapak Ibu. Next, berikutnya. Pak yang tadi, yang kedua. Yang kedua ya. ITB AAS itu ada di atas. Ya, urut aja nggak apa-apa. Atas saja. Nah, ya, itu ya, urut. Ya. Okay, next is Eastern Institute for Integrated Learning Management, Kolkata, India, and Institut Teknologi Bisnis ITB AAS Indonesia. Pak Budi, Pak Budinya nggak ada. Oke, next. Yang ini udah lengkap ditandatangani nih Bapak Ibu, yang saya share ini yang udah lengkap ditandatangani. Gris. Sabar Pak. And Dr. Sanchita, if you are ready, tell me. Siliwangi juga ada. Ada Siliwangi ada. Saya bacakan ya, Siliwangi. Kemudian sudah ada, kemudian Amayo, turun ke bawah. STI Total Win sudah ada, Upgris sudah ada, Sinus STM Stimik Sinus sudah ada. You have here, and the last one is Poltek Indonesia. Dibuka katanya, salah satu dibuka. Upgris. Minta Upgris dibuka Pak Rektor. Is this Upgris? Ini Upgris. Number Siliwangi dulu. Oke, ini Siliwangi. Buka ke bawah Pak, langsung di scroll up, liatin tanda tangannya. Ke bawah, ya. Oke. Terus ke bawah. Oke, dan Upgris satu lagi. One more, and then Dr. Sanchita, you ready for that? I need one more minute. One more minute, okay. Okay, one more minute. Upgris di atasnya. Ya, itu. Is this the first time for you joining the MoU signing with ADRI, Pak? Second. Oh, third time. Oh, saya yang ketinggalan dong. Oh, Afghanistan. Oh, yeah, would be right. Afghanistan, and also there are Thailand and Malaysia, right? Okay. Yeah. Okay, sudah. Ini dari Inggris. Okay. Sampun Pak Rektor. Okay, done. So we are waiting for Dr. Sanchita to introduce us a little bit about your university. Please do. You ready?
Ready?
Are you ready?
Please allow us to share screen.
Hey, 2 minutes dulu.
Cuma boleh. Soalnya nggak kedengeran kalau dari situ. Sabar. Bapak Ibu, kalau ada yang belum ditandatangani itu bukan karena ini ya, karena ada yang mendaftarnya di hari-hari terakhir, jadi mohon dimaklumi nanti, mohon bersabar untuk penandatangannya karena harus di-sending balik ke Indianya.
এটা juga যেটা শেয়ার স্ক্রিনে না না এই যে এখানে গিয়ে মিউট করা আছে মিউট করা ভিডিও মিউট করা কোথায় আছে বা সেখানে যাবে না এইখান থেকে দিতে হবে ঠিক আছে ওখান থেকে প্লে করবো এটা প্লে করে নিতে হবে ওইটা শেয়ার স্ক্রিনের ওইখানটায় গিয়ে করতে হবে সেজন্যই তো তোমাকে বলছি
শেয়ার স্ক্রিনে আগে
আমি শেয়ার স্ক্রিনে ঢুকলাম এই যে এইখানে তুমি এইখানে বলো এটা কোথায় আছে এইখানে কোথায় আছে শেয়ার সাউন্ড এই যে এটাই বলছি এইবার আসবে তাই এবার হ্যাঁ তো ওরা আমাদেরকে তো ওটাই দেখতে আপনি যেটা সিলেক্ট করলেন ওরা স্ক্রিনটাকে সিলেক্ট করলেন তাই তো কেন দেবেন বুঝতে পারছি এটাকে সিলেক্ট করে এইটাকে
If you need our help, just send the link and then we will turn the video on.
ওটাই ঢোকো স্টপ শেয়ার করো হ্যাঁ এবারে শেয়ার স্ক্রিন এটা আমি এই স্ক্রিনটাকে দিয়ে শেয়ার করে দিই তাহলে সাউন্ডটা কবে কিনা জানি না কিন্তু শেয়ার সাউন্ড করে দিয়েছে শেয়ার করে শেয়ার করে
প্লিজ ওয়েট চলে গেছে
Okay.
Yes.
वाक् मे मनोसि प्रतिष्ठित मनो मे वाचि प्रतिष्ठितम् आविः मेधि वेदस्वमानि स्वः श्रुतं मे मा प्रहसिः
I, on behalf of the entire EIILM fraternity, welcome you all to this grand awards ceremony for the winners of Swadhyaya Sankalpa and Beckoning to Bake events. Swadhyaya Sankalpa, a promise to self-study. It's a unique concept of our director, sir, as part of our ongoing industry academy interface of EIILM Kolkata for its undergraduate and postgraduate students of management studies. While he has coined this name, he remained as a constant support and motivator for all of us throughout this event.
Why this Swadhyaya is important? Our sages used to remind us of our duties, which is more important than our responsibilities. Our sages used to mention that, you have got ream dates, and it's called a five-fold date system, Panchurin, Devarin, Rishirin, then you have got Ririn, Pitririn, and Bhutarin. These are the 5 different levels, different kinds of dates that we are actually carrying forward. We are actually indebted to.
I am very happy with the performance, the overall performance of the students of EIILM Kolkata in Swadhyaya Sankalp. I had high expectations, but I must say that they by far exceeded the expectations. The overall standard was excellent. The subject matter experts were, full of praise for the standards that they demonstrated in the presentations that they made. The rigor of the research, like the way they answered the questions and queries, the value proposition that they created through their presentations, through their analytics, was very much up to the mark, and many a times they exceeded the mark, so to say.
It's a wonderful journey with the students working on the day in and day out.
Such a wonderful program which is designed by the entire team EIILM. It is actually equally, or I can say as of now, it is one of a good program, might be better than a corporate R&R program.
So friends, failure and success are the other, two sides of the same coin.
The opportunities of having access to information and learning, networking, interacting online globally has provided exponential possibilities, which are powerful tools for self-learning, the advantage of which we never had during our MBA days.
Mandalaparam Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Darishitam Tashmai Shri Gurave I think it was a great initiative. It's been a great initiative where the students not only got a chance to to put their best foot forward, but an event ceremony at the end of it in a prestigious place like this, when all of us are together celebrating your win, that's very special indeed, right?
Hello everyone. A very good afternoon from the team Samarth here. On behalf of my team, I'm here to share our experience, to share our feelings. To be very honest, we are so thrilled that we can't put our words in a proper way maybe today. Nevertheless, we are immensely grateful to our college, to Director Sir, to our faculty members, to our teammates, and definitely to all the dignitaries. Ma'am was there and everybody was there, whosoever were there. We are really grateful to them because their valuable inputs and their presence have really brought us today here and have made our self-belief and dedication so high that we will not think twice to attain success in near future.
Hello everyone, my name is Deepanita Paul and my subject is Marketing in Major and Finance as Minor. First of all, talking about my college, EIILM, I would like to thank my college for introducing such an event to brush up our skills. And talking about the internships and placement, I would like to thank my college because in the first wave of Corona, when it came, our college was one of the colleges to give us internships as well. And talking about the eminent faculties, I would like to thank them as well because due to all these horses going on, they were always with us. Thank you. Thank you, D. Shovrani, as well.
করোনা দ্বিতীয়
Thank you so much.
Waiting to get it.
Stop sharing. Can you stop sharing?
Masih muteran.
नीचे share screen में रखने का green.
Dr. Sanchita, thank you so much, Prof. Banerjee, Dr. Sanchita and team. Thank you so much. So, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to go to the next agenda. That will be a short talk from Ibu Ida. Let me introduce her to the audience. I would like to read here her short CV. Okay, especially the position now. Okay, but our educational background first. Ibu Ida, bachelor degree. She got bachelor degree of English literature at Universitas Ahmad Dahlan, and master degree program, School of English Literatures and Philosophy, University of Wolfgang, Australia in 2013. She is now head of International Partnership Divisions, Universitas Ahmad Dahlan. She is also head of International Office, Universitas Ahmad Dahlan. And then reviewer, Tim Pokja, International Credit Transfer Grant, Ministry of Education, Culture, Research and Technology, Directorate of Learning, Belmawa. She is also in charge for Tim Pokja ISMA, Indonesian International Student Mobility Award, Coordinator of International Partnership Division, Minister of Education, Culture, Research and Technology. I think that is her short CV that I would like to read today, introducing her amazing achievement. Ibu Ida, it is time for Ibu Ida to have a short presentation about students' mobility, opportunities and challenges, student mobility program, right? Okay, please do. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Yoga, for the short introduction. And I'm personally very honored to be here in the middle of the respected rectors, a number of respected rectors in Indonesia. And it's also a challenge for me because the audience is not only from Indonesia, but also from India. So I have to divide myself into some parts, some responsibilities. So the first is I have to speak and also share some information on behalf of the ministry. Second of all, I also have to share our experience on behalf of my home university, which is Universitas Ahmad Dahlan or Ahmad Dahlan University in Yogyakarta. And third responsibility is I have to share or talk with our colleagues in India. And fourth of all, I also have to share the information to my colleagues here in Indonesia. So there are four divided responsibilities that I will do later. I think we lost our connection, yeah, Bu Yoga. All right, so shall I stop? Okay, all right. All right, thank you, Bu Yoga. So I will just continue while waiting for our colleagues from India and also the rest of our colleagues in Indonesia joining us again because of the connection trouble. So the Honorable Rector of Universitas Ma'arif Hashim Latif, Dr. Haji Ahmad Fatoni Rodli, thank you very much for inviting me to come here. So this is my first time, frankly speaking, to step into your university. I am quite impressed, Pak, because I heard that there are more than 10, more than 20, or more than 30 SMK here. Yeah, so congratulations on that. I mean, not many universities have that raw materials from senior high schools. And also the Honorable Rector of Universitas Mencasakti Tegal, Dr. Taifullah, thank you very much for also inviting me here. And later I will greet our colleague from India and also Dr. Yoga. I also see my old friend here, Dr. Joe, long time no see, finally, yeah. Yeah, and also all of the respected rectors that sit in front of me. Bapak dan Ibu, terima kasih banyak. So, how is that? I see. So, all right then. And also, I've just got the information that actually we are still on Zoom, but I just cannot see anyone from Zoom. So I'd like to greet also Professor Dr. Banerjee from the Chairman and Director of Eastern Institute for Integrated Learning and Management, Kolkata, India. seeing the interaction that happened a few hours ago between my colleagues in Indonesia with EIILM from Kolkata, India, kind of remind me with my experience before pandemic. I have ever visited India, if I'm not mistaken, three times or 4 times to Bangalore in our partner universities there, some of our partner universities, but I can remember only one, Garden City University in Bangalore. And also I have visited Manipal because I joined one workshop in Manipal Institute of Technology for 1 week there, funded by DAAD German. And another visit is to Chennai in Satyabama University because my university have number of collaborations with India and it's quite active. So we exchange the faculty members. We do some joint publication and also joint research. And also a few years back, my university also hosted an education fair for India. So there were a number of Indian universities, Indian institutes coming to Indonesia, to our university to do the education fair. Back then around 4 or 5 years ago. And we collaborated with the Indian Embassy in Indonesia. Oh, tapi nggak bisa, saya nggak punya Zoom. Yes, okay. Do you have any Zoom link? Yeah, it's okay if I can get the Zoom link. Yeah, of course. Yep. So, so that was the short introduction of myself, and now I'm still waiting for. Oh yes, so. Ladies and gentlemen, I think in the Zoom, you already see my slide there. It was presented by the committee here. So my responsibility today is to share our concerns in the student mobility program, the opportunities and also challenges. And I'd like to apologize, first of all, to my Indian colleagues, because some of the slides here are actually focused on the Indonesian context because I'd like to disseminate some opportunities for student mobility programs to my colleagues in Indonesia. However, you can also take some information from the slide so that after the MoU signing today, there is at least one opportunity to implements the collaboration through student mobility program funded by our government. And there are some slides in my presentation that I cannot translate that into English because it's the ministerial decree or the regulation from the ministry. So I will try to summarize that in English. So my sharing session today will fall into these 4 aspects. The first is the urgency of a student mobility program, and also especially in international student mobility program. So there are some urgencies in there, and I will go on into the opportunities that are existing in Indonesia at the moment and can also be that can also be implemented with the collaboration with India, with I'm still trying, Eastern Institute for Integrated Learning in Management, Kolkata. And some challenges, and another last one part is the sharing good practices that we have implemented in my home university. So could we move to the other, to the next slide, please? Next slide, please. Okay, so this is the urgency. This is cliche, So I have divided the slide into three aspects. The first one is the reality that we are facing at the moment, and also the demand from the market, and also the reputation. So the first one is, this is what we are facing at the moment, not only in Indonesia, but also in the global world. Yeah, this is cliche, but we have to mention this all the time. We are living in global village at the moment where everything is borderless. And I think we can take it as a challenge, and also we can take it as an opportunity. And in Indonesian context, because we are in ASEAN, we have ASEAN Economic Community, where the regulations to work within ASEAN countries are becoming easier and easier comparing to before 2015. So the ASEAN Economic Community allows us to work within ASEAN countries. And this is a challenge for our graduates to compete with the other graduates in ASEAN countries. And the last, or the third one, this is not the last, I think this is the third one, is the reality of the pandemic. So everything is going into virtual activities or virtual mobility. Oh, okay. All right, okay. So I'll just go to Zoom now. Could you please wait for a second? Oh dear, it will take time. So I will just go on while I'm trying to get into the Zoom. And so we go to the demand. What market needs at the moment is our graduates with international perspectives. They need graduates who have international exposure. So that's why university collaboration that we have witnessed today is one of our efforts in higher education institution in Indonesia, and also of course our partners in India and the other countries, to give or to support our students and also our graduates to have this skill, this competence to be to be accepted in the international world, because they have international experience. For example, if they have the student exchange with India, then they have international experience with the Indian partners, with the partners in India. And the second one that I put in red, because that is really significant, that has already been repeatedly mentioned by the two rectors today, is about our new educational policy from the Ministry of Education, Culture, Research, and Technology that we call in Bahasa Indonesia, or in Indonesian language, Merdeka Belajar Kampus Merdeka. Or in English, this is the official term. We call it as emancipated learning. However, there are some other similar terms that you or we may call it as a freedom in learning, or independent learning. Yeah, there are so many terms. Yeah, but this is emancipated learning. We will, I think the two rectors previously have already mentioned about this educational policy. And this is not only the demand for Indonesian context, but also the challenge as well as the opportunities for us to implement this both in our national collaboration and also in international collaboration. And today the context is in the international collaboration. And the reputation, I think this is also relevant with our colleagues from India, not only in Indonesia, that we need to have a image building, of our university. Why do we have to do this international collaboration? Because we need reputation. We need world reputation. We need to be known by our international partners. And the first one is Indonesian government. Every year, they always issue the ranking, the national ranking of the university in Indonesia. And the national ranking, some of the assessments are about internationalization of higher education institution. The first one is on the international collaboration data or information that are submitted to the government. And the second one is the number of international students. So that's why we need student mobility program, because otherwise the ranking, our national ranking, our cluster, university cluster in Indonesia will not be good, yeah. And the second one is just now, I think it was 1 or 2 years ago, the government also have the 8 key performance indicators, or in Bahasa Indonesia we call it as IKU, Indikator Kinerja Utama Perguruan Tinggi. And most of them are about internationalization. So sending our students to study abroad is also one of our key performance indicators in the higher education institutions in Indonesia. And the next one is on accreditation. Accreditation is very, popular in Indonesia, because every study program or department and also university should be accredited by our government. And the new accreditation assessment is quite tough, because to be able to get the highest level or highest score of accreditation, we need to have international students, minimum of 1% of the total number of our student bodies. And this is quite challenging for Indonesian universities to get international students. However, because a blessing in disguise in the pandemic time, it's becoming easier to get the international students by implementing the collaboration, yeah. The MoU signing, for example, that was just done today. And the last one is the Student Rating Management Information System. So this is also the ranking of the university based on the student performance, the student achievements, or the student activities that are done in the international partners. And each university in Indonesia got the ranking for this program, for this project by the ministry. So these are at least the urgencies why student mobility program is very significant nowadays. And I think we need to move to the next slide, please. Thank you. So this is in the international context, yeah. We talk about Indonesian context, now we move a bit on the international context. There are some opportunities of credit transfer programs or student mobility in the world. So some of them, if I may mention, we can get the grant from Erasmus Plus program from a European Union, EU share also from Europe, and SUIGI, I think it is from Japan. ASEM is from Europe again, New Colombo Plan is from Australia, and so on. So there are many opportunities to do the student mobility programs in the world. We can move to the next slide. And this is what we have, the opportunities of student mobility programs grants given by the Ministry of Education, Culture, Research, and Technology from Indonesia. So Indonesian government gave a number of grants for our students to take their studies or courses in our international partners. So we have AIIMS, it's Asian International Mobility for Students, the first one. The second one is ASEM Joint Curriculum. The third one is ASEAN and +3 and Europe. The fourth one is Joint Curriculum, Joint Degree, and Double Degree. And different color, International Credit Transfer in blue, in light blue. And the last one is ISMA, Indonesian International Student Mobility Awards. So why do I differentiate the colors? Because the dark blue are actually still pending at the moment before when the pandemic came to Indonesia, these grants are terminated. And they are changed into the two light blue colors. So there are two left, the grants from our government on the student mobility programs. The first one is International Credit Transfer, and the last one is Indonesian International Student Mobility Awards. I will share you a bit about this later in my next slides. Next, please. Okay, the other opportunities. So we've been talking about some opportunities, and this is the next opportunities that we can get from student mobility program in Indonesian context. So this is, as I mentioned earlier, about the educational policy from our government. It's called emancipated learning. I cannot translate that into English because that's the regulation from the ministry. Number 3 in 2020. So back then, 2 years ago, we have this educational policy. We can move to the next slide, please. This is still in Indonesian language. So emancipated learning, I think I need to share this information to our colleagues from India. Is the ministry or the government's policy to give the rights for the students in our undergraduate students to get maximum 3 semesters to take courses outside of their study program. So can we move on to the next slide? Okay, so this is the diagram. So in our undergraduate degree, we have 8 semesters, and the purple ones, semester 1, 2, 3, 4, and 8, they can take that within the study program in the home university. For example, I am from English literature, so I can take these semesters, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 semesters in English literature department. But I have the right as the student. It means that I can take the right, or I can leave the right. So if I want to take the right, then I can take 3 semesters maximum to take courses outside of my competence, outside of my study program. So I can take the 2 yellow colors outside of the universities, and the gray one, the semester 6, for example, I can take that within the same university, but different study program. So this is the effort from our government to enrich the competencies from our graduates, from our students, so that they can cope with the global competition, because they don't only master their own study field, but they can also get the other competencies from the other study fields. So this is the opportunity that is given from our government. When they release the policy, then they will give grants. That's why I mentioned there are some grants for student mobility from our government. Next, please. Next. Please, somebody. Thank you. So this is, I think this is, I cannot see what's there in front, up above. This is opportunities for AIIMS, I think, yeah. So AIIMS, ASEAN International, yeah, it's okay, thank you. Oh yes, thank you. So AIIMS is international, ASEAN International Mobility for Students. I think this grant is still there, but it is combined with international credit transfer. 1 semester scholarship. Before pandemic, it was offline, and this is fully funded exchange. So it should be reciprocal or reciprocity inbound and outbound. It's a credit transfer. However, this chance is limited only to 10 fields: agriculture, language and culture, food science and technology, engineering, international business, economics, tourism and hospitality, marine sciences, biodiversity, environmental management. Next, please. And another thing. Next, please. Okay. So it was given since 2009. Firstly, from amongst these countries, Malaysia, Indonesia, and Thailand. And then in 2013, it was changed into ASEAN. Not only MIT, but ASEAN, because more countries from ASEAN joining this program. And 2018, it was changed into ASEAN, because Japan and South Korea joining this program. And the facilitator was is Siameo Raihat, and this is the government-to-government collaboration. So this is not a university to university, but this is a government-to-government collaboration. And however, the consortium is still limited at the moment. There are only 14 universities joining this consortium, this grant, and only three state private universities in Indonesia. So I think we need to skip this one because this is not quite applicable to all of Indonesian universities. Next, please. But this is the scholarship from our government. Another opportunity is ISMA. So ISMA is Indonesian International Student Mobility Awards, as I already mentioned earlier. Next, please. This is also the ministerial decree on ISMA. Next, please. Okay, so if you may see, this is in Indonesian language, but I will just summarize that. These are the types of programs in emancipated learning, in the freedom to learn educational policy. And one of them is ISMA, Indonesian International Student Mobility Awards. And the others are within our national collaboration. And this is the only international student mobility awards that student mobility that is mentioned in the ministerial decree. Next, please. All right, so when they go taking the courses outside of their campus, they will get recognition or conversion of the credits for a maximum 20 credits. So whatever they take outside of their study program, it has to be credited. It has to be transferred back or recognized in the home university. Next, please. Next. Okay, we need to skip this one. I think this is not quite relevant. Next. Okay, so this is ISMA. ISMA is the government scholarship for 1 semester to study or to take mobility program at top universities overseas. So top universities, it means that the QS ranking is really significant. It's really important here as the requirements, one of the requirements for our potential partner in the world to propose for ISMA program to Indonesian government. So 1 semester, it could be 4 to 6 months, fully funded scholarship. And this is for undergraduate degree. Next. Okay, so they can get 20 credits. They can study at top universities and so on. So this is the benefits of join ISMA. So I'd like to motivate my colleagues here, the respected rectors, Bapak dan Ibu, to motivate the students and also to support the international office to join the ISMA program because it's quite, it's a branding for our university if we can send our students with this program. This is one of the most prominent flagships of emancipated learning or Merdeka Belajar Kampus Merdeka from our government. Many students, many universities leaders would like to join ISMA. However, the requirements is quite hard. That's why we need to work very hard to give our effort to be able to support our students. Okay, next. Oh, this is the expected competencies in ISMA. I think we can skip it. Next. Next, please. Okay. So because this is fully funded scholarship, the students will get tuition fee and registration and tuition fee, and also settlement and living allowance, emergency funds if they encounter with COVID-19, and then economic airfare ticket, PCR, quarantine, and health insurance, including COVID-19. Next. So the requirements for our students is they have to be an active student in semester 4 and semester 6 on the time of application. And they have to be Indonesian citizen. They have to have a good English proficiency, very good English proficiency, because the minimum score is IELTS 6, and TOEFL IBT 78, and Duolingo 100. The government do not receive scores outside of this one. They do not receive ITP score, TOEFL, and so on. Yeah. And also it should be nominated by home university, and the GPA is minimum 3.0. Next. Okay, this is only the process, and it has already been launched by the government since 12 March this month, and it will be closed in next month, 12 April. So we still have time for my colleagues in Indonesia to apply for this program. Next. Okay, this is the timeline. We can skip it. Next, please. Next. Next. Right. So two of our partners in the world is Nanyang Technological University in Singapore and University of Edinburgh in UK. And this year we have already selected our international partners, and we have one. There are some proposals from India, but only one accepted from IIT Bombay. Yeah. Next. Okay. Next, we can just skip it. I think this is only the courses sample. Next, please. Okay, so this is the website that we can refer to, we can visit, insight.isma.id. Next. Okay, I think the prospective applicants and then the required documents can be seen in the website, so we can just skip these slides. Please. Next again, please. Next again. Another opportunity is international credit transfer. Professor Banerjee, I think, and also colleagues in the Zoom meeting from Eastern Institute for Integrated Learning in Management, I think this is the potential grant that you and also your university and also the universities in Indonesia that you have just signed the MoU, you could take this chance, because our government also have this international credit transfer grants for our students to take one semester in your university to learn some courses there. For example, they can take up to 20 credits through online platform, and they are given the funding both for the university and also for the home university in Indonesia, and also for the students. So can we move to the next slide? Yeah, I think this is the difference between ISMA and ICT. ISMA, we send our students physically, so it's a physical mobility, it's a geographical mobility, but ICT is a virtual mobility. So the grant is of course less than ISMA. However, the requirements for English is much easier than ISMA, because the requirements for ICT for English is only minimum 450, IELTS is only minimum for 5, and other language certificate. And ICT is based on U2U MoU. ISMA is a G2U MoU. So it's a government to university MoU for ISMA, but for ICT it's a U2U MoU. So we have already got the the documents needed for the proposal for ICT. The documents that you just signed, some of the universities just signed today. And I personally motivate all of the leaders from the universities to apply for the ICT program for this year, because the grant, as I have been informed by the ministry, it's still there. The ICT grant is still applicable for 2022, but they are still preparing for the requirements and everything. So we hope that in April or in May, the grant will be launched by the government. Next, please. Okay, it's a one semester mobility scholarship program. It used to be offline, but because of the pandemic, it is changed into online. And the scholarship is quite big, because the students can do the online mobility. They can still study in their home university, and they can still get the scholarship from the government. In the same time, they can get international exposure or internationalization at home with the international partners of the home university. Next, please. Okay, this is the brochure, the prospectus of the international credit transfer in 2021 as for our information. Yeah. The timeline, so it was launched in April 2021. We hope to have the launching as well in April this year. So we look forward to receiving the information about this from our government. Next, please. Okay, another opportunity is CTFET. I don't know whether this is applicable as well for India, but this is for Southeast Asian, yeah. I don't think that this is applicable for India, but this is my dissemination or my sharing opportunity for my colleagues in Indonesia. There is also an opportunity for student mobility in CTFET. CTFET is 1 month program for industrial attachment within our partners in the Southeast Asia. And the facilitator is CMOLEC and CMOFOFTEC. Next. Oh yeah, there is a new call for participation for CTFET, and the close deadline is in this month, 31st of March. Another opportunity is C-Teacher, yeah. So we send our student for taking the practice, the pre-service student teachers from the universities, partner universities in Southeast Asia to have teaching experiences in the schools in other countries in Southeast Asia. So this is also another opportunity for student mobility. Next. And virtual collaboration, I believe that we in Indonesian university have already implemented some or most or all of these programs. So we have a summer course online or faculty exchange, joint thesis supervision, credit transfer, joint and double degree. And the benefits of having the pandemic for the last 2 years is that our collaboration is becoming less costly, and there are more students and lecturers involved with this more efficient funding. And there are the implementations of the sleeping MoU is getting much easier through the virtual platform. Next, please. And this is the challenges in internationalization of the higher education institution. The first one is the commitment and awareness of internationalization of higher education institution from the senior management and all civitas academica within the university is still less. So our big challenge is that how to internalize the internationalization in all aspects of our higher education institution, started from vision, mission, strategies, goals, and so on. So the term is how to internalize the internationalization. If I think this is quite, challenge for us if to talk about internationalization before we internalize the internationalization itself within our university. The next challenge is that the lack of foreign language competencies, at least in English, yeah, because in Indonesia, English is a foreign language. In India, English is the second language. This is quite different. And the next challenge is lack of funding and policy support. If there is no policies, if there is no internationalization strategy in the university, in the top management of the university, then the funding will also be less, yeah? Or even there is no funding from the university. There is no office in charge for internationalization, and this is still a challenge in Indonesian context. And even if there is international office, the support and also authority is not as big as what expected. Next slide, still on challenges on the student mobility. Different academic calendar. It's quite a challenge because, for example, with And within ASEAN countries, Philippines and Indonesia, for example, we still have academic calendar. It's quite big, yeah. For example, we start our session in September. For example, Philippines, they will start their session in October. So, so we need to find the solution, the way out of this challenge. We need to sit together with our partners because even though the academic calendar is different, but there are still many implementations of agreement with our partners in the Philippines and also in Thailand. Thailand, we have 1 month difference, yeah. I think they start in August. Indonesian start in September. And also another challenge is on credit recognition. In our educational policy, the ministry requires us in the higher education institutions to recognize, to transfer the credits taken by our students outside of their study program. This is a must. This is a compulsory. However, not all of the study programs level are spiritful, or they are quite reluctant to recognize the credits taken, which is quite far from the competence of the study program. So this is still a challenge, even though the educational policy is already there to support. However, in the technical levels, it's still a big challenge. The next challenge is on the lack of supporting information system. When the rectors or the presidents of the university say that, okay, we support MBKM, we support the emancipated learning program, but when the university is not ready with the information system, it will be a trouble, because the university needs to provide an information system to accommodate different credits from different study programs, outside of the university and inside of the university. And also, I think this is quite common, the internet connection, if we do the mobility virtually. And time zone differences if our partners is in Europe and America and Australia, for example. For physical mobility, because the restrictions of travel is started to be lifted now. So some of the border closures have been opened in some countries, started from March, April, and so on, and next. So I think we are going to go back to our geographical mobility or physical mobility. And the issues in this physical student mobility is still on immigration and visa procedure, pandemic and post-pandemic policies. Even though the pandemic might be less, but the regulations is still there. So we need to adapt ourselves with the pandemic and post-pandemic policies in our partner countries. Next. Another challenge is because of this one, yeah. If we take student mobility program, then the possibility to have length of study is quite big. If the courses that we take cannot be replaced by the courses, the existing courses in our home university. So this is need to be answered. All of the challenges need to be answered within the internal side of the university before we decided to do the student mobility program, so that we do not victimize our students. Yeah, they have already given their time, their energy, their effort to join the student mobility program, but when they go back to the university, the credits cannot be transferred. Next. Okay, this is only some pictures, yeah. So this is we send our students, 10 of our students got the international credit transfer to our international partners. I think Ibu Yoga also get 10, yeah, Bu Yoga, yeah, 10 from Universitas Pancasakti, and ISMA we have 4. Skip. 4 students we sent to Europe. Okay, this is only support from our university for ISMA. Next, I think just skip. Okay, just some pictures, yeah, of our support to our students for both international credit transfer program and for ISMA. Okay. How we prepare our students to join ISMA, some sharing sessions for writing essays and interviews. And these are our awardees and some of our collaborations that we still implement during the pandemic time. We have joint degree, credit transfer, joint thesis supervision, joint teaching, and these are the virtual joint teaching with our partners in ASEAN, in Philippines. And this is our online summer course with our partners in Malaysia. This is our partners in Philippines and C-Teacher, CTVET, and that's it. So that's the end of my presentation, Dr. Yoga. So I give the screen back to you. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you so much, Ibu Ida, for very knowledgeable presentations. That's very fruitful for us, especially in students' mobility program, because I believe all of the rectors here, all of the leaders of universities here are very interested in sending students abroad for credit transfer program, for ISMA, and so on. Thank you so much, Bida. Pak, can I see the Indian? Masih ada nggak? Indian. Well, Prof. Banerjee, are you still there? Hold a second, I'm joining the Zoom. Okay. Hello, Prof. Banerjee, Dr. Sanchita. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for question and answer session, but I would like to give a chance for 1 or 2 questions only because of we have a very limited time. Bapak Ibu jangan lupa ngisi ini ya link yang sudah di-share oleh Ibu Ihda Rosdiana in chat box. Then you can have the certificates and also we'll have special certificates for the speakers and those only for the participants. Okay. Pak di-unmute Pak, Indianya di-unmute please. Dr. Sanchita, are you there? Let me call Dr. Sanchita. Bapak Ibu ada yang mau tanya? Saya beri waktu, saya beri 2 pertanyaan saja, nggih, jangan banyak-banyak. Untuk India boleh, atau untuk Ibu Ida, karena beliau reviewer di credit transfer dan program students mobility yang lain. Ada Bapak Ibu yang mau tanya dengan pihak India atau dengan Bu Idanya? Monggo, sepertinya Bapak Ibu dari pagi ini Bu Ida. Jadi sudah very tired. Halo Prof. Banerjee.
Yeah. Hello.
Are you there?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hello.
Dr. Jointo Shah has a question to ask.
Do you have something to say before we finish? It seems that all the participants here, because they are here very early in the morning, that is why they are a bit tired, all the leaders, all the rectors that are attending the meeting today. Prof. Banerjee or Dr. Sanchita and the team, do you have something to say? Professor Banerjee, okay, please do. Yes.
Yeah, I wish to convey my thanks to Dr. Ida because what she has presented is very exhaustive and we have understood all the nuances and we understand where and how we can ink the collaboration and take it forward. So I wish to convey our thanks to entire team, particularly Dr. Ida also.
Okay, I think
thank you. We can proceed further.
Oh yeah, I think Professor Banerjee commenting on your presentations about the credit transfer that you told them that the chance for us here or the university who have signed, the MoU between Kolkata, India and Indonesia, we may send the students there, right? And we can propose the grant from the government for our students to study there for 1 semester, Prof. Banerjee, right? Okay. Prof. Banerjee, thank you for is that clear for you, Professor? Hello, Professor. Professor Banerjee, is that clear for you?
It is clear. It is very clear to us. Yeah.
Unmute,
yes. It is clear to us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, Bapak Ibu. Karena tidak ada yang tanya, dan sepertinya sudah sangat capek dari pagi. But anyway, thank you. Okay, please.
Professor Banerjee, may I ask some questions for your university?
Yeah, take me.
Yeah, okay. So have you ever had any experience having the student mobility programs virtually with your partners, maybe from Indonesia or from the other countries that you have already implemented?
No, Indonesia, this is the first time we are interacting with people in Indonesia. So with Indonesia, this is the first time, but we had previous stories of having collaborated with UK and Germany.
Okay. Okay. But do you provide any courses that can be taken by our Indonesian students to study for 1 semester?
I think there are a plethora of things. Many specialization areas are there in management. I think this cannot be the forum for those nitty-gritties to discuss. This forum we are discussing on the basic understanding and collaboration. So the details, I think there should be a detailed discussion across the table on the screen either ways, and there we can have a detailed discussion. Probably this is not the forum for the detailed discussion.
Okay, yeah, thank you very much. It's really good to hear about that. So I think the discussion in more details will be done by our colleagues here after signing the MoU with your university. Thank you, Professor Banerjee. But I hope that your university can apply for one of the grants from our government to do the student mobility programs, even though it's still in the virtual platform. Thank you, Professor Banerjee.
Our pleasure.
Thank you, Bu Ida. Thank you, Professor Banerjee. So, ladies and gentlemen, finally we have come to the end of the agenda. Pak Nur Hidayat sepertinya udah ngantuk. Okay, no, just kidding. Okay, you look so sleepy. Okay, okay. We have come to the end of the agenda. Thank you so much for being here. We are really honored that today we only prepared for 4 days for designing MoU. That is why the participants are very limited, only for 14 universities. Thank you so much for today. Let's say Hamdalah together. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Thank you so much, Prof. Banerjee, Dr. Sanchita, and the team. Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye-bye. I will discuss with Dr. Sanchita further because Dr. Sanchita is also invited in our conference called for conference Index Spice Corpus in Pancasakti in Universitas Pancasakti Tegal, Dr. Sanchita. Thank you for accepting our invitations. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye. Have a nice day. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.